Hi guys, I'm back for day 25 of Lenormarch, and I just want to apologize for not being around for the pairs, but I didn't really want to do that. Sorry, but I was interested in doing the spreads towards the end of the month, so I've been saving myself for that. But okay, just refresh our memories on the question here. Frame a question, choose a card in the deck to signify the question, shuffle, then turn over and find the card you chose and pull it out with a card before and a card after and read those two together. Okay, that's what we're doing today. But of course the first thing that occurred to me is I couldn't think of a question, and I have this problem all the time. As much as I love fortune telling, I can never think of any questions to ask. I'm just, most of the time if I draw some cards, it's just to kind of connect with, my higher self, spirit guides, God, whatever. I don't often ask questions for myself. I'm quite happy to read for other people, and, God love you if you give me a decent question rather than just, oh, tell me what the cards say. Yeah, I can do a certain amount of that, but I'm essentially doing it for me, but I understand the messages when they're meant for me. I can see the little signs. I recognize those things. It was very difficult. So I thought, well, the first thing I can ask the deck is, why do I find it so difficult to think of questions to ask? Why is that a problem for me? And rather than just do it, I thought I'd actually show my process, how I decided what card to use and that sort of thing, because I think that's quite interesting. I think people sometimes, they take it for granted and say, well, choose an appropriate significator. Okay, they do explain, but it can be difficult sometimes. For instance, what sort of significator do I use for a question like mine? So, oh, and I should introduce the deck. This is the Japanese Lenormand by Paris de Bono. I'm kind of fond of his decks. I didn't show this one earlier because it's reasonably clear. It's not perfectly clear. I just love it because I love the imagery. But I wouldn't. It's not the perfect deck. I'll show you an example. Let's not leave it on whip. Let's leave it on something. So look, we've got a rider with a bicycle again. That's kind of interesting. Oh, bear. That's a pretty one. We'll leave it on that for a minute. Anyway, I'll go back to how I chose my significator. And I kind of did this ahead of time because I needed to think about it a bit. I sort of flipped through one of my other decks and, and just came across them as I came across them. And the first one I thought might be suitable was clouds. Because I thought, well, yeah, because I'm confused. I'm confused by my inability to come up with questions. Maybe that would be a good one to use, the sort of the ambiguity, about, asking questions. So that was a possibility. I then came up with the sun. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? I thought, okay, well, that's sort of illumination and shedding some light on a situation. I thought, well, that might do as a significator. I then came up with the key was actually the next one I came up with. And I thought, well, that's good because that always represents the answer. Well, it doesn't always represent the answer, but it can represent the answer. It's the key to the situation, the solution. I thought, okay, that's a reasonable one. And then I thought, oh, how about the book for information, since I seem to have difficulty, asking for information. So I thought that might be a good one as well. And I just wanted to point this one out because when I went to look for this card in this deck today, I skipped this one because I saw that one. I got, right, that's the letter, and I put it to one side. And then I thought, oh, because then I came up with the letter. This is the letter. And really, frankly, if it wasn't for that nice, letter right there, I'd have gone, oh, okay, what the hell is that? But anyway, so that's the letter, and this is actually the book, but it's a little bit hard to see there. Obviously, if I used this deck a bit more, it wouldn't be an issue, but it was certainly an issue going, through a flip through this morning. Anyway, in the end, I settled on the key, partly because I think it's just the most straightforward as representing the answer that I seek, or the answers that I don't want to seek. And in a way, I'd kind of like to have the book, the sun, and clouds still in the deck as possible answers to my question. So, so that's what I'm going with. So I'm just going to sort of tuck these back in at random. That wasn't very random. Stick the key in there, give them an old shuffle, and we'll see what I come up with. Now here's where it's all going to get kind of, it may or may not be interesting. All depends on how I do. Right. Where are you, key? Where are you, key? Okay, and I do my usual split. Okay, I'm just going to turn the whole thing. Oh, well, there's the clouds on the bottom right there. Can anybody remember what the key looked like? Oh, yeah, that's right. Dee-da, dee-da, dee-dum, dee-dum. There's the sun. Key. Have I gone past it? You're probably all pointing at the screen going, you've gone past. Oh, no, there it is. Oh, fox and flowers. I don't trust my gift. No. Something that is deceptive, something that is fleeting and pleasant. Yeah, maybe I just don't trust that that the answer that I get isn't then going to change as a result of my having got it. Yeah. Difficulty, sly. I don't see this as a work card, by the way. Possibly self-employment, hobbies, and things like that. But anchor is my work card. So it's just more. Here's where I'm struggling again. And I find it really, really difficult to concentrate on camera. I'm staring at these now, and they might as well be, you know, I can't even think of what they might as well be. But yeah, no, that was the first thing. The first thing that popped to mind was that I don't trust the answers, which is kind of sad. It's really sad, because I do, actually. I'm going to have to visit this, you know, personally and have a look at this a little bit more. But yeah, there you go. I've done my day 25 for what it's worth. If I come up with any sterling insights once I switch the camera off, I'll let you all know. Anyway, let's see how you guys get on. Good luck. See you soon. Bye.